So this first case is of a combined cataract and iStent infinite case in a patient who's a myope on 4 classes of glaucoma medication with a pressure of 15 millimeters of mercury, an ideal case for the iStent infinite. So we're just doing the phaco element here. First, it's a relatively soft lens with a mild cataract, and the cataract is removed relatively efficiently. The IOL is placed into the capsular bag, and then we are going to put some Helon GV into the eye, some Provisc on the surface, and secure a gonioscopic view of the angle. And we have a knife's view of the trabecular meshwork. We're using the iStent inject cannula here just to indicate the clock hours apart. We go straight at 90 degrees and implant the first stent, and that goes in very nicely. We then move 2 clock hours away from the initial implant position and implant the second stent. Again, well positioned. The stents fire very gently off this new injector system, and therefore there is much less of a jerk. The third stent is also fired into a good position, and you can see the 3 stents here, a couple of clock hours apart, and we get this nice blood reflux through the snorkel of at least a couple of them. This second case is quite a complex case of a sublux lens in the context of previous angle closure. The patient has a pressure of 35. It's still on 3 classes of medication with a relatively open angle. We're carrying out a capsular excess here, and you can see that the zonules are significantly weakened here because of the previous angle closure attack. The iris is also trying to prolapse out of the wound, but we managed to continue and complete this capsular excess using a MSG micrograsper. Due to the significant zonular laxity here, we're going to use some MST Chang capsular hooks, and we place these 4 of these through to allow stabilization of the zonules. The lens is bisected using a chop technique, and then efficiently removed without any significant complications. But you can see here that the bag is rather lax. We probably have about 4 clock hours of zonular loss here. The cortex is removed using a Simcoe cannula, and then we inflate the capsular bag and place a capsular tension ring while leaving in the hooks to stabilize the capsule. We use a 3-piece lens here into the capsular bag, and then we turn our attention to the angle, and we come in again with the infinite delivery system, and we're going to start off by placing the first stent here, and once again the trochar delivery system makes the visualization much more easy with this newer system, very similar to the original iStent Inject W. And there is the third stent going in now. We're using the Helon cannula just to check the position of the stents and make sure they're in the right position. And in this case, we're now going to inject some BSS into the anterior segment, and we see excellent blanching of the nasal collector channels. And that concludes the case. Thank you very much for your attention.